The dark future is dangerous, and we're in combat when it comes to the Dark Conspiracy RPG, which we have been covering here for, I don't know, who knows how long, since the beginning of the year or something like that. We're getting towards the end of it, but we won't be in the end of it until next year. We're going to continue today talking about armed melee combat today. So we're going to take a look at how that works, tell you the differences between armed and unarmed combat. If you haven't seen the unarmed combat video, I would suggest you go ahead and take a look at that. But we're going to keep it as succinct as we possibly can today as we explain this. And as always, at the end of the video, I have the question of the vid for you. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And that's it, folks. Let's get this party started and roll that transition. Now, melee combat is just like unarmed combat when it comes to the type of task. It's an average difficulty task. But then there's the problem of unskilled tasks. Now, I didn't really talk about it when I had done the video on skills, but as I'm going through combat, I'm starting to realize that there might be a little bit of a problem with it. So this is what the unskilled task rule says. It says that you do everything as per normal, but instead you roll percentile dice instead of just one 10-sided die versus whatever your skill is. And also you would be using your attribute instead of your skill because you don't have a skill. You have 0 in it. So you use your attribute, but all of a sudden it goes up that you probably are going to fail because you have to roll percentile dice. I think the one thing that they didn't take into consideration was the whole idea of catastrophic failures, because they do not explain whether or not this applies. So if, for example, let's look at Marcus here. He has no armed melee combat here, okay? So if he were to go and grab a club or something and try to use it, then what would happen is that he would use his strength. Now his strength here is 6. So he would use 6. However, he would have to roll that on percentile dice. Now, if you remember, a catastrophic failure is rolling 4 or higher than your target number. So what if I roll just a 21? Then catastrophic failure. Or if I rolled a 17, catastrophic failure, or again and again and again. So this is what I'm thinking they mean. They didn't explain it like this in the rules, but this is what I'm thinking they mean. And if they didn't do it, then it should be like this, which is probably how I would run it if I was running the game. So it would be just on the 10-sided die if a catastrophic failure is to occur. So you would just compare the 10-sided die or the 10's place in the percentile area, not the whole number. Otherwise, your chances of a catastrophic failure go up exponentially, and it makes no good sense for why it should be like that. So it really doesn't make any sense. They didn't explain it though. Really didn't explain it well in the rules. So for example, if I rolled a 21, I still failed, but the 10's die is a 2. So no, it is not something that it would be like a catastrophic failure. It would just be a failure. The only way with a 6 that he could catastrophically fail is if he rolled 100. So having a pretty high attribute in that situation would be good because your catastrophic failures would probably be non-existent. Just saying. So when it comes to armed melee combat, you're going to be looking at the melee weapons table pretty much exclusively. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at that. So as you can see here in the first column is the name of the weapon. Second column is the range. Now you only have 2 ranges when it comes to weapons. Short range, which is within 2 meters. Long range is within 3 meters. Some of these categories of weapons and where they put them in terms of short and long is kind of sus here. Let's take a look at a couple of them here. So I'm going to work my way from the bottom. So sword, long range, that kind of depends, really. Kind of depends on the sword type of deal. I don't know if I would say within 3 meters, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Spear, that I can see. Machete, not so much. I just don't see, I see that as a short range weapon. I just do. Bayonet, that'll depend. Axe, I kind of don't see it. Even a long handle axe, within 3 meters. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see it. But that's just me, you know. You could go with what they got. You can change it up if that's what you want. It's up to you. In the next column are hit modifiers, and it's going to depend on the weapon what kind of hit modifier you have. That hit modifier is either going to be a bonus or a penalty. So in the case of an axe, you got a -2 penalty to whatever your roll is. Not good. However, you get a +1 if you got a garrote. Now you said that garrote or garrote? I forgot how you say that. But anyway, a bottle has nothing, right? Pick up a bottle and just use it, right? So I like that. I kind of like that little thing in there. And then in the third column is the damage, and each weapon is going to give you different damage. For the axe here, if you look at it, 1d6 plus your strength, makes total sense right there. But if you go down a little bit and you look at the bottle has 1d6 divided by 2. So all of them have something that's a little special, so you have to look at the weapon. Now, if there is a melee weapon that's not on here, I would just choose whatever is closest and go on about your business. Don't think too long about it. Or if you discuss it outside of the game, then you can kind of make up your own stats for it and then include it the next time you guys play in your session. Hey, let me go ahead and interrupt myself here, and I want to encourage you to join the Leet Squad. Now, you guys have seen me talk about the Leet Squad quite a bit on the channel. But it dawned on me, I'm like, maybe I have not actually explained the benefits of joining the Leet Squad well. So I want to take the time real quick to do that right now. And I'm going to list 3 benefits of joining the Leet Squad. Number 1, of course, there's that monthly giveaway that I talk about all the time. And I recently changed this. There's still a monthly giveaway, but I did change it. If you were part of the Leet Squad, you would know that. But that's not the best benefit, not in my eyes. The best benefit is, of course, the community. Having access to our private chat server and being directly connected to others in the Leet Nation. You guys can talk about things, and we have all these different channels over on the server. So if you want to talk about art, if you want to talk about movies, if you want to talk about tabletop RPG maps, if you want to talk about virtual tabletops, and of course, if you want to talk about those non-fantasy alternative genre tabletop RPGs, which have all of their separate rooms, you can do that over in our private chat server. And it's just having that connection in a casual environment that's no drama. And really, maybe you want to, throw something back and forth at people, ideas and things like that. This is the place to be. And there's a lot of people in there that have been doing this for quite a long time that will be more than willing to help you out. Now, another thing too is that you need to be part of the Leet Squad in order to get access to that private chat server. Otherwise, you gotta go bye-bye. Sorry. That's just the way that it is. That's my condition of being a part of this great community. And then there's the third benefit, which is getting early access to those things that we have going on in the RPG Elite network. And let me tell you, there is something right now that's going on that you guys don't know nothing about. And it's been going on for a couple of months now. And if you want to get in on these things early, because we got more than a little bit planned, then you can if you're part of the Leet Squad. All right, then. So since I laid out the 3 benefits, maybe if you like what you hear now, you might want to join. How do you do that? Simple. Down in the description, there is a link. That link, that one that just flashed across the screen. Click that link. The first one you're going to see. It's going to take you to a landing page. Over on that landing page, there are going to be a space there. You're going to fill in your name. You're going to put your email address in, and then you're going to crush the blue button, and that'll be it. You will be part of the Leet Squad. So I hope I went ahead and explained this just a little bit better for you, and that you will consider joining the Leet Squad today. All right, enough of me. Let me get back to me. Now, hit location in armed or unarmed combat, just to throw it out there, because I described hit location in the last video, but I didn't really give you some considerations when it comes to that particularly. And come on, it just has to make sense, right? I mean, don't let him hit someplace like, oh man, I picked up the bottle and I hit him in the back of the ankle. Come on, make it make sense. You can't hit them in the back of the ankle if they're faced towards you. I mean, come on, let's use your noggin here. So it has to make sense in that regard. However, when it comes to armor has a special circumstance here in which armor will absorb twice whatever its level is. So if you got level 1 armor, then it's going to absorb 2 points of the damage of whatever weapon is being used against you. So that is good news in that department. Well, I told you it was going to be a short one, y'all. I mean, we want to get that out of the way. We're going to be doing some fire combat. So gun combat is coming up next week, God willing. I think I have to look and see what I got on the schedule, but I think that's what's on the schedule for next week. Hey, if you learned anything new today, or you just enjoyed yourself for the little bit of time that we spent together, could you do a brother a solid and could you just go ahead and crush that like button? Crush it, baby. Also, if you want to stick around, I come out with videos every Tuesday and Friday, God willing, and I haven't missed a day so far. Man, God is good. I'm telling you. So if you want to stick around, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. All right, let's get into the question of the vid. So let's say you are in a situation in the dark future of Dark Conspiracy and you have no guns, but what lays before you is a cornucopia of melee weapons all around you, laying on like this maybe massive area, a massive table or whatever. So what melee weapon would you choose if it was available to you to arm yourself with in the dark future of Dark Conspiracy? Now, you don't have to limit yourself to what was on that table that I had shown. So you have free reign. Use your imagination. What kind of melee weapon would you choose? Let's get some engagement going down in the comments below right now. And that's going to do it for me, folks. And that means your boy is going to have to slide on out of here and do his snagglepuss.
So exit, stage left.
Hey, if you got a game going on this weekend, happy gaming. I pray it is an RPG Elite session that's more immersive, enjoyable, and meaningful. Me, I finally am getting back into my own personal session of Numenera that we have put on hold for like a month and a half or so. It's been a good minute since we played. So I'm going to get into that. Kind of looking forward to that. So I pray that your session is going to be fantastic as well. So until next time, God willing, it's me. It's your boy servant saying peace, 5,000 leets. And hey, if you want to watch some more about Dark Conspiracy, check out this video right here. So until next time, I am gone.